Up there. Here we go with Jaelan Phillips. You've given the number on this one, but just give it again for the sake of the segment, Johnny Mac.
4 years, $100 million.
That's and he's back in Philly. What's your
I think he's gonna be back. I think he's gonna be back. I think he's willing to give a little bit. I think he liked it here. I think he liked the fit. He knows it's a good team. He loves playing with Vic. Just kind of give him a little bit of a discount, and he'll be back.
Discount. He's getting married. He's got a kid on the way. I don't think he's taking. Wow. Drew Rosenhaus is his agent. He's not taking the damn discount.
A little bit of a discount. What's the difference between $25 million and $27 million?
Now you go ask Drew Rosenhaus that question, or Jaelan Phillips.
Drew's got a good relationship with the Eagles. You know, he knows.
I'm saying no discount, John.
He knows it's better. Guess what? It's better to play 4 years at $25 million than to play 2 at 30 because you don't live up to expectations. And 90% of these guys signed, I'm exaggerating. That's too high. 50% of the guys who signed big contracts will be out in 2 years because they won't live up to the expectation. Look at somebody like Edmonds in Chicago. Actually, is a good player. He's cut. He's cut because he made too much money, and he played pretty well.
Yeah.
Same thing happens every year. Third year out. You know, I even hesitate. I said that's going to happen to Milton Williams. Everybody said no. Milton lived up to the expectation. He certainly did. I still would bet you a third year he's out. Still, even after that year.
I don't know.
Still.
You think so?
If I were forced to bet, I would say, well, they'll, best case scenario is they'll rework the deal. He's not playing under the third year of that contract. So, Drew's been around long enough to understand that kind of stuff. Just saying.
That's true. We'll see what ends up happening with that. All right, John, who are the other most relevant free agents? I mean, you got guys like Jahan Dotson, Grant Calcaterra, Fred Johnson, Brett Toth, Matt Pryor. Anybody else I missed that's relevant? There are some other guys out there.
Well, the guys who I'd say there's a chance they'll be back are Braden Mann. Although, they might not want to pay a punter as much as they'll have to pay Braden Mann because it's become a less important position.
Not with that offense, it hasn't.
Well, yeah, it's still because they go for it so much.
Punt kings, this offense.
No, they go for it a lot still, even when they're ineffective.
Dude, sign Braden Mann. I'm not letting everybody walk and then acting like you're going to go back.
I'm just saying, people don't like to pay punters anymore. That's all I'm saying. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Adoree Jackson, I think, could be back later in the process, similar to, 1-year deal. If they can't get something better, you could do worse. I think Kylan Granson might be back as the third tight end. 1-year deal simply because he's a good special teams player and you got to play special teams as the third tight end. Marcus Epps might be back if you don't get Reed Blankenship, which I think they will. And then Marcus will probably look elsewhere. Brett Toth, I think, is somebody you should bring back. We'll see if he can get 2 years somewhere else. If not, I'd bring him back. But you don't know. Stoutland's not there anymore. And then Sam Howell just throwing. If you trade Tanner McKee, which I don't think they will, but if you trade Tanner McKee, then you got to at least think about bringing Sam Howell back. But he'll probably.
I wouldn't trade Tanner McKee unless you're getting a 2. I don't think.
Well, I don't think they're going to trade him, but I just throw it in case.
Yeah, I do think it's realistic to throw in for sure. I mean, that's kind of what teams like to do. You draft him. What they draft him in the 6th rounder, I think.
Yeah, Tanner. Yeah, 6th rounder.
That's a pretty good return if you ask me. If you're going to get a 3 or a 2, but I don't
Or
think
was
they
he?
get that.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, he
'Cause
was a
he had,
six, right, out of
yeah,
Stanford.
because I got mixed up with Kyle McCord. It was also a 6-rounder that didn't
Yeah,
work.
that's right. St. Joe's prep guy out of Syracuse. Yeah, that's right.
He's in Green Bay. Maybe, it's a good quarterback team. A good place to go. Maybe it'll work out for him there.
Well, what would be a potential suitor for Tanner McKee?
Jets most is the
Yeah, I
team
like
that most of focus, but there's a bunch. I mean, I think every quarterback has been tied to Minnesota, but they're looking for big game hunting. Kyler Murray probably first.
why? Why? Kyler Murray fits that
Well,
offense?
they think no, but they think they're a contender. They're wrong. But again, they're not honest with themselves. They're just trying to placate Justin Jett. Let's be honest.
I know, but they just had a certain type of receiver, type of quarterback that won 14 games there.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
should have kept him.
why would they go for a Kyler Murray?
They should have kept him, but they
Yeah,
didn't.
I agree, but they didn't. So now they got to
Well,
replace him.
I
I'd go
actually,
more Tanner McKee than I'd go for Kyler Murray.
well, Kyler Murray's going to put up numbers if he's
I get it.
healthy.
John, he's one of the players that I do not get it. I do not get it. He's one of the few players in the league that I don't even, I wouldn't want him. Well, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole for my team.
37, 39, 37, 38. High volume. People don't look at him that way because he runs around, but he can throw the ball.
Better have a 5'6" offensive lineman in front of him.
Well, I guarantee he's better than JJ McCarthy. I guarantee.
That's not a high bar to clear.
They're if from what I've heard there, if they don't get Kyler, they're probably going to go Geno Smith. And then if they don't get Geno Smith, then they'd be down to, maybe trying to trade for Tanner or Davis Webb. Now, is it what
yeah, Davis.
I get
or
mixed
Davis
up
Mills.
with Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Broncos OC and the Texans backup quarterback. I always get them mixed up.
I think I was wrong. It's actually, is it Davis Mills? Yeah, it's Davis Mills. Davis Mills.
Davis Webb is
the coach,
Broncos.
Yeah.
So, those are the two guys. The two. There's some Jarrett Stidham talk too. Did anybody watch the AFC Championship game? I don't want Jarrett.
Yeah, that wasn't too pretty.
Yeah, I don't want Jarrett Stidham. But yeah, the three young guys who haven't played that people are kind of high on are McKee, the Texans backup. I don't want to screw it up. And
he was good. Texans backup was good when he was playing. I think he was 3-0 this year when he played.
And Jarrett Stidham.
Wait, don't you remember when Davis Mills had the full year of starting when it was, I forget when it was right after, was it right after they traded?
Yeah, Watson? I mean, I would rather take a shot on a Davis Mills than a Kyler Murray or a Tanner McKee, to be honest. Yeah, I take a shot on him. But
I think Josh beat Josh. I don't want to say it, but I'm happy you did. He says Davis Mills was better than CJ.
Well, he won all three of his starts, but there's some his completion percentage. I'm just looking it up. 57%. That's bad. That's really bad in this era. So there was some. I mean, let's be honest.